All right, let's dive right into this incredibly wild story. Imagine being a brilliant 300 IQ modern chemist and doctor. You dedicate your entire life to helping orphans. But a tragic accident leaves you completely disfigured. Then the unthinkable happens. A stray missile hits your lab, and as everything fades to black, you make one final desperate plea to the universe. If you're reincarnated, just let you be handsome. Well, the universe actually listens, but with a massive catch. You wake up in the body of Shun Lung, a boy widely known across mythical Turtle City as the absolute dumbest, most despised, naive simpleton in existence. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to break down one of the most epic character arcs and revenge stories you will ever hear.
So, what exactly happens when a literal genius takes over the body of the city's biggest joke? Well, our protagonist, Shenlong, rushes to a mirror and is absolutely thrilled to discover he is now astonishingly handsome. But, the celebration is incredibly short-lived. The memories of the original body owner come flooding in, revealing a seriously pathetic past. The original Shenlong was this hopeless romantic who volunteered to marry the wealthy Sukian Shan when she was terribly ill, basically believing his presence would cure her bad luck. It was a fake marriage, and he was treated like garbage. Now that the modern Shenlong is at the wheel, he immediately realizes he's been completely betrayed. Suki Shan has miraculously recovered, and she's just throwing him out on the street so she can marry a powerful noble. But here's the thing. Shenlong didn't just come to this world with his handsome face and high IQ. He brought a literal superpower, something we'll call the X-ray laptop integration. During that missile strike, the X-ray machine and his personal laptop from his lab somehow fused with his soul. So now when he looks at things, he can see through objects, perform instant medical diagnoses, and pull up precise technical formulas in his mind's eye. It's like a built-in heads-up display. And he immediately puts this cheat code to the test when he's jumped by a notorious underworld boss named Tian Hong. Using his X-ray vision, Shenlong spots a deadly, hidden silver needle lodged inside the mob boss's body, a secret not even the boss's own wife knows about.
But Shenlang is immediately faced with a staggering threat. Tian Hong isn't just there to rough him up. The original Shenlang's brother borrowed a mere 5 gold coins, but thanks to some insanely predatory underworld interest, the debt has ballooned to a staggering 1,000 gold coins. To put that in perspective for you, that is the life savings of hundreds of households combined. The mob boss gives Shenlang an impossible ultimatum: earn 1,000 gold coins in just 3 days, or his entire family will be buried alive.
This right here forces a radical transformation. The original Shenlong was a weak, naive, failed scholar who abandoned his parents for a girl who basically hated him. But the reborn Shenlang? He's a ruthless 300 IQ tactician willing to do literally whatever it takes to protect his blood. To raise these impossible funds, Shenlang weaponizes his modern chemistry knowledge. He approaches a rival silk merchant and invents a revolutionary golden dye, and later a multicolored rainbow silk dye that completely defies the technological limits of this medieval era. He uses this to publicly crush the Su family in a high-stakes dyeing competition, securing the money and utterly humiliating his traitor's ex-wife in front of city officials. But Shenlong knows paying off the debt won't actually stop his enemies. He needs absolute, untouchable political protection. So he devises this brilliant master plan. First, he deliberately fixes an accident by jumping in front of the horse of Jin Mulan, the stunning and fierce warrior noble of the powerful Earl's estate. Second, once he's taken to the estate for treatment, he demands an audience with the Earl. And third, he drops a massive geopolitical bombshell he eavesdropped on. A rival powerhouse, the Zhu family, is secretly marching to force a marriage proposal on Jin Mulan to steal the Earl's military power.
The Earl's family goes into full panic mode. The only way to stop the rival family is if Jin Mulan marries someone else by the end of the day. So they hold a rapid-fire husband selection competition. While all these arrogant nobles are bragging about their wealth and martial prowess, Shenlang uses his 300 IQ emotional intelligence. He realizes Jin Mulan doesn't want a traditional controlling husband at all. He looks her dead in the eyes and says, "As long as you don't cheat, you can have all the freedom you want." He flawlessly deduces that her ultimate priority is autonomy. This incredibly bold, unconventional line wins her over instantly, and she chooses the city's so-called biggest fool to be her husband.
Section 1. Winning the noble bride and humiliating the scholars. So the village idiot just bagged the most powerful bachelorette in the city, but high society isn't going to let this happen quietly. At the wedding ceremony, the tension is just palpable. The Su family, the underworld boss, and a whole host of Shenlong's enemies literally crash the party.
They are absolutely desperate to expose him as an illiterate fraud in front of the entire kingdom's nobility and ruin the marriage before it even starts. A really smug local scholar steps up, challenging Shenlong to read these impossibly obscure ancient characters. Big mistake. Shenlong fires up his mental laptop. He doesn't just read the characters, he flawlessly breaks down 4 different ancient pronunciations, explains their historical origins, and completely schools the city's top academics. But he doesn't stop there. He writes a custom, visually confusing sentence and challenges the arrogant scholar to read it. The scholar confidently blurts it out, only to realize he just yelled, "I am an idiot," in front of the entire laughing elite. It's a savage, calculated mic drop that proves Shenlong is a certified genius.
Let's move into Section 2, Taking Down the Underworld. Now firmly entrenched in the Earl's mansion with some serious political backing, Shenling shifts his focus to a systematic counteroffensive against the crime boss, Tian Hang, the guy who nearly murdered his parents. Shenling promised his new father-in-law he'd handle this legally, without directly using the Earl's military might. So what does he do? He walks right into the mob's casino and in a single night drains a staggering 26,000 gold coins from their reserves. Using his X-ray vision, he can literally see right through the dice cups and the marked cards. He continuously bets on the absolute maximum stakes, blindly throwing down 1,000 gold coins at a time without even looking at his cards. He wins every single hand, driving Tian Hang to the absolute brink of total, catastrophic bankruptcy. Shenlong's strategy is just brutally effective. He tells the other gamblers to follow his bets, essentially weaponizing the mob against the casino. This forces Tian Hang to shutter all 5 of his casinos, vaporizing his daily income. With the mob boss financially suffocated and facing massive pressure from his own political backers to make peace, Shenlong issues an uncompromising condition. Tian Hang must stand in the public square and personally break the arms and legs of his own adopted sons, the very men who threatened Shenlong's family. And the mob boss has absolutely no choice but to do it. But Shenlong's evolution into a ruthless protector takes a darker turn here. He discovers the Earl's accountant, Su Wenzhao, has been embezzling massive funds and selling out the Jin family's secrets. Shenlang corners him, and when the corrupt accountant actually tries to threaten him, Shenlang doesn't hesitate for a second. He draws a sword and violently executes the man on the spot. Looking at the blood on his hands, he accepts his shifting emotional core, stating, "No one can threaten my family. That's my bottom line." Section 3. Destroying Enemies with a Book. With the underworld crippled and internal traitors eliminated, Shenlong sets his sights back on his traitorous ex-wife, Su Qianshan. Now she has spent 8 years carefully crafting a flawless, pristine reputation as a noble socialite, and she's currently trying to secure a powerful new political marriage. To absolutely obliterate her reputation, he enlists the help of a wealthy, portly friend named Fatty Jin Wukong, promising him fame and female attention. Together, they author a highly scandalous, medieval romance novel called Boundless Romantic Affairs. Shenlong dictates a story about a shameless, manipulative silk merchant's daughter, and to make sure the message lands, Shenlong personally illustrates the book, drawing the scandalous female protagonist to look suspiciously, identically, like his ex-wife, Su Qianshan. The rollout is an absolute masterclass in marketing. On day 1, he drafts the story. By day 15, he utilizes modern-style, massive, full-color promotional posters, something this era has literally never seen, to build insane hype in Orchid Mountain City. Upon launch, it's a viral explosion. Within just 2 hours, they sell out all 3,000 copies. The book spreads like wildfire through the streets. When Su Qianshan finally reads it, she actually faints from the stress, realizing Shenlang has permanently obliterated her carefully crafted 8-year social reputation in a single afternoon. Which brings us to Section 4, Foiling a Kingdom's Rebellion. Shenlong's rapid rise and brutal tactics have made him famous, sure, but they've also drawn the ire of the kingdom's absolute highest powers. During a massive banquet, an inescapable political snare is set. Powerful imperial figures who view the Earl's independent military power as a threat conspire to frame the Jin family for treason and just wipe them off the map. The imperial inspector Li Wenjiang arrives with soldiers entirely surrounding the Earl's mansion. The inspector's goal is to use Shenlong's own book against him, claiming Shenlong embedded a treasonous, hidden poem calling for the emperor's death. Meanwhile, a high-ranking royal, Prince Jin, is secretly orchestrating a massive, real rebellion in the south, and Inspector Li is secretly working for him.
But Shen Lang is playing four-dimensional chess here. A month prior, using his X-ray medical knowledge, he diagnosed a visiting princess with lead poisoning, a hit ordered by none other than Prince Jin. Knowing Prince Jin's timeline was suddenly accelerated, Shen Lang used his network to track the prince's troop movements. And knowing the inspector would definitely try to frame him, Shen Lang deliberately printed a second, slightly altered edition of his book. He completely baited the arrogant inspector into reading the quote-unquote treasonous poem out loud in front of the entire city, only to reveal it was actually an acrostic poem confessing to Prince Jin's rebellion.
So the inspector is caught red-handed reading a confession for the very rebel he is secretly serving. Shen Long delivers this incredible cinematic trash talk moment right to the inspector's face, saying, "For a scholar, you are remarkably dense. Your father really worked hard raising you for this." And just as the inspector tries to deny it, royal couriers rush into the banquet hall, confirming that Prince Jin's rebellion has officially begun. Shenlong's trap worked flawlessly, completely exonerating his family and dooming his enemies. And this brilliantly illustrates the core trajectory of Shenlong's journey so far. Every time he wins, the enemies escalate. I mean, he started by crushing low-level street thugs and mob bosses. Then he dismantled medium-tier rival noble families like the Su clan. Now, his rapid victories have forced him into high-stakes warfare against deadly imperial factions. The scheming Governor Zhang Cheng and this highly seductive, manipulative daughter are already plotting their next moves to infiltrate Shenlong's life and destroy the Earl's mansion from the inside.
But hey, it's not all intense political warfare. There's some great levity here, too. Shen Lang's loyal childhood friend, Dasha, a simple-minded giant who was nearly beaten to death earlier, miraculously recovers. A grandmaster examines Dasha and declares him a literal once-in-a-century martial arts prodigy. Shen Lang, wanting in on the action, asks if he too is a prodigy. The master, trying to be polite, basically says Shen Lang is unreadable. Taking this as a huge compliment, a very reluctant Shen Lang is pushed into hilarious, grueling physical training by his warrior wife, Jin Mulan. Spoiler alert, the 300 IQ mastermind lasts about an hour before finding an excuse to dodge work completely.
Which brings us to the ultimate question. Shenlong has used his modern medical knowledge, his X-ray laptop cheat code, and his unparalleled genius to secure a powerful wife, obliterate his local rivals, and foil a massive conspiracy. But the board has just expanded. With imperial factions converging from all sides and highly trained seductresses and politicians setting new traps, the stakes have never been higher. Can a 300 IQ mastermind truly outsmart an entire kingdom? You'll have to keep exploring to find out. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep questioning everything.